Hi, so BIM 360. So most of you who has access to all of the softwares, you have a rough, you get used to the interface, how it works. You have a basic idea. But for BIM 360, like we may not have access unless you have a license. You will not have access to it. So what is BIM 360? Now, if I can relate with what you already know, it will be much more clear to you. Say for example, you have a Google. Under Google, you have Google Drive, YouTube, and so many stuffs, right? And Google Drive wherein you can store the data, and Gmail where you can communicate with people. So it's a similar way. In BIM 360 you have a document management wherein you store the data and you can work simultaneously. And people whoever from different places, they will have access to the same single source. So it has more control over it. Who's uploading the files, who's all the activities can be monitored. It will be pretty clear. And even your latest files also can be checked with the versions. As a member, when you are using the BIM 360, apart from the project BIM administrator, most of you will be working as a BIM members, right? So if you have the interface itself, they have designed in such a way it is very user friendly. So there is, without even prior experience, you will be able to learn it. But the BIM project administration is different, and working in a project member is different. So I'm purely talking about working as a project member, right? A BIM member. So in BIM 360, that's how, like, you have a cloud data. It is like a central server where usually in your small scale firms, you have a central server where all the files are stored. Everybody has access to it, right? It's like a similar concept. So apart from the document management, you have other varieties. For example, you have model coordination. If you are aware about Navisworks, then whatever process we do in Navisworks, like we have different files from architecture, mechanical. What we do, we combine, we append the file and we check if it is sitting in the right coordinates or no. The same thing in model coordination, you can check. Like you can check the different files, like how if it's sitting at the right location or no. Like you can append and check. So these are the possibilities. And apart from that, if there is a clash or something, you don't need to send a mail or communicate separately. When you're working simultaneously, you will be able to see the updates of different disciplines, and you can update your files also accordingly. And if there's a clash or something, if you want somebody else to change it, you can directly, in model coordination, there is an option to create issue. You can directly click where the clash exactly is there, and the other person will get notified through member. So it saves a lot of communications. In general, in a very summary, this is what is BIM 360 is about. In another video, maybe we'll see in detail about each process, how it works.